Good morning. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com. Scott Kirby, Jake Johnston, in with you this morning. We are at the airport.
Right there.
For the 2015 Balloon Fest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mother Nature's not really cooperating right now.
Oh, it'll all clear up.
Sunday night?
No.
Everybody's all packed up and gone.
I plan on coming to this big old event tonight, and if I'm coming, it's not going to rain.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
If Jake's there, it's a
The Lord likes to shine down on me.
6:30 a.m. balloon launch today, rained out. 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. All kinds of stuff. We got carnival rides. The VIP tent. What's the VIP tent? You gonna be
carnivore rides? Carnivore. Like you're gonna eat meat.
Eat rides. VIP tent. We're VIP.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, that's right up in the action, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow. Beer garden, water slides.
Water slides?
Yeah, celebrity donkey races. I don't think that's happening. We'll cross that out. A giant kite demonstration and kite making.
All right, you gonna make yourself a kite there?
Well,
you know Lloyd's into that kind of thing.
Yeah, he likes to go fly kites.
He does. He flies a kite like you've never seen.
Let's go fly a kite. You can belt that.
Rock climbing,
there, eh?
4-person jump, bungee jump, live music, hat trick. Hat trick. What kind of band are they? Anybody know? Rock and roll. Okay. Cheap Trick, but hat trick. I'm thinking hat trick. That's hockey. Maybe they'll have some hockey jerseys on. Tethered balloon rides, balloon launch, balloon glow, VIP dinner, and then tonight from 8:30 to 11, borderline. Weather permitting on the balloons. They didn't go up last night. I think a few of them, somebody said,
gusty.
Did a balloon glow.
Yeah, gusty.
That would have been neat, though, if they went up just to see how fast they would go.
What the heck was that?
It's probably be a hard landing. I don't know anything about it.
You know, it's hard on a crew to land an air balloon with that kind of wind.
Yeah. And one of the balloons a lot of people want to see this year is the Darth Vader balloon.
Yeah.
He's a good kid.
It's hard on the force.
It's hard on the balloons when the wind's blowing.
Just doesn't get old.
It doesn't. Well, we couldn't go 2 weeks in a row.
No.
A lot of sports going on right now, Jake. MLB, we're down to about 35 games in that area.
Yep, right in that range.
Our Cubbies have lost 3 straight. Don't panic.
What do you mean by our
Our Cubs. You're jumping on.
Oh, are you helping with the ownership now? Are you chipping in now?
I would. Yeah,
You're buying the apparel, I guess.
I didn't have anything to do with the last
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Drinking the Kool-Aid. But Cubs fans, don't panic. We just faced probably 2 of the best pitchers in baseball.
Well, that's not the issue. The issue is they put you guys on the cover of the Sports Illustrated.
That too.
A buddy of mine texted me, "Hey, the Cubs are going to be on the cover of the Sports Illustrated." I'm like, "Well, that sucks."
Yeah.
He says, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Dude, that's cursed." I was like, the minute Hayward went on there, he got hurt.
Yeah. Just like the Madden curse on the NCAA football. So Odell Beckham, if you plan on drafting him in your fantasy league, don't, because he's on the cover.
Oh.
Just got it last night. Haven't had a chance to play it yet, but yeah.
Could be a hard year.
Could be a hard year for Odell. Cubs they still secure that second spot for the wild card. Pittsburgh still with the first. Giants only 4.5 back right now. Your Cardinals didn't help us out last night, any?
No, didn't help any.
They lose. Was it 5-4?
5-4, yeah. And that was a Waka game, so I think right now Waka and Martinez is having a little bit of dead arm right now. It's kind of getting later in the season. They try to skip a start if they can for them. But
yeah, when they expand the rosters here. Yep. When's that? First of the month?
First September, week? Yeah, next week, yeah.
So maybe they could bring up a starter and, give them an extra day rest or something, try to get their arm strength back up for the playoff push. But no panics here. It's still a lot of baseball. I think they said the Cubs could play 500 and Giants would have to play. They have to go like 25-11 or something like that. But Oh, we'll see. You down there?
Yep.
Okay, you with us?
Yeah, I'm there.
Hoping to have Coach Bass in with us this morning. Not really sure if he's going to make it. I know they have practice, and we're all the way out here at the airport. So we'll see. Not really sure what's going on there yet, but we'll talk a little football here in a little bit. The Railers opened their season last night at Southeast. Fell short, 37-0. So I'd like to get some, if any listeners that went to the game, if you want to call in, tell us a little bit about it, what you think they look like. We'd appreciate that.
What's the number?
737-5. Oh, no, I wasn't close. 737-3791. You'd think I would remember that. 3791. 737-3791. If you want to call in. It's kind of eerie out here. There's nobody out here. It's just us. Quiet, rainy.
Yeah, I don't like it.
This place should be packed right now, but Mother Nature.
The scary thing is you got number 2 sitting over there in the corner watching.
Yeah.
That's worrisome.
That is worrisome. So, yeah, other baseball knowledge. You're our baseball guru. A couple of teams are looking pretty good right now. The Toronto Blue Jays. They go out and make a couple of trades. They get Tulowitzki, David Price, and now they're rolling.
Well, they're right in there, and the Yankees are still, playing Yankee baseball, so they're right there with the division. I don't know the American League. You got Texas that has came back quite a bit. They've started playing pretty decent ball here lately, and they're still missing a couple of their studs to pitching wise. So it's interesting out there. Nobody expected Texas to be anywhere near it, and now it looks like Houston's going to run away with the division, or is slowly pulling away from Anaheim. And Anaheim's kind of falling back to Texas, and they're hitting the heck out of the ball, man. That's a fun division to watch right now. San Francisco's right there behind the Dodgers. I mean, can you imagine a playoff race? Wrap your head around this. If you were at the beginning of the year and you said the Dodgers weren't going to make the playoffs or the Washington Nationals, that's crazy. I mean, Washington Nationals, everybody's picking to win it all. They were the team, the darling team,
Yeah, and their coach, he's on the hot seat right now. I don't see him being back next year.
If they don't make the playoffs, there's no way he's going to be back. No. He's going to get canned. And same thing with Don Mattingly there for the Dodgers. If they don't make the playoffs, there is no way he can survive that.
No, because their payroll's around $300 million.
Yeah, I would say with the new additions and everything they have. Yeah,
Chase Utley came through last night. He helped beat our Cubbies, Lloyd, if that makes you feel any better.
I'm surprised he isn't a Cub.
Yeah, me too. He looked good at second base.
I believe it's because the Dodgers didn't have as good a record as the Cubs.
Yeah, snuck in there and snagged him.
Got him before the Cubs could.
Yep. Dodgers, Yasiel Puig is out right now with hamstring issues, so that could be a major.
That's actually
factor.
Maybe a positive for the Dodgers.
Believe
it or not. I mean, Yasiel Puig, as good of a talent as he is, for whatever reason, and they say he's a great teammate and everything, whatever reason, their team does not play as well when he's in the game as a starter. When he comes off the bench, I mean, they're rock solid, but as a starter, for whatever reason, they do not perform as well with Puig in the game. There's some knowledge. That's about all I got.
That's some knowledge, and that's knowledge I wasn't expecting.
And there's a surprise team, New York Mets.
Mets, yeah, they're playing. Their pitching's phenomenal.
Well, and they're starting to hit the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they pick up Cespedes, and he's hitting the ball out of the park, and it seems like everybody else is kind of contagious.
Yeah.
Like it's going around the entire field. They got him playing center field. They got David Wright back, Mr. Captain. And they're starting to roll, man. They're going to be kind of a scary team to watch if they can make a playoff. They're going to make the playoffs, I think. When they make the playoffs, you're not going to want to face any of their starters. I mean, Harvey, Syndergaard, DeGrom. I mean, they got a whole bunch of talent over there. So we'll see. I know as a Cardinal fan, making the playoffs this year, you look at the potential matchups, and there's some really good teams out there. You can even throw the Cubs and Pirates in there too. I mean, they're more than likely those two teams are also going to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And you throw out, Arrieta for the Cubs, and a couple guys for Cole for the Pirates. Those guys are tough matchups for whoever you throw out there. You may only score 1 or 2 runs. How are you going to get them in is the only question.
Yeah, and I want your opinion on this. Me being a Cub fan, you just kind of speculation. If the Cubs were to lose that first playoff game, I don't consider it a failed season.
No, I think that'd be a great season.
They're already steps above where anybody anticipated them being this year. So, do you want them to advance further? Of course, but if they were to lose, even if they didn't make the wild card, it's still not a failed season.
I would say as a Cub fan, you want to at least get to be 500 first.
Mm-hmm. We're well above that. We have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, what's up? This is D-Fade.
Hey, what's going on?
D-Fade.
D-Wayne.
D-Fade.
D-Fade.
What's going on, brother?
Not much. What's going on with you?
We're just out here at the airport, waiting for these balloons to go up.
At least the Fix 96 prize girl's on her way.
At least the Fix 96 prize girl.
What are you calling in about?
I was just going to call and talk to you guys about the Chicago Bears, a little bit of training camp. I went up there about 3 times this year. Sorry.
Yeah, and what kind of vibes are going around training camp right now in Chicago? I know right now the scare is we don't have any wide receivers. They're all hurt.
There's absolutely no wide receivers right now active. We have 4 non-active wide receivers. Kevin White's possibly out for the rest of the year. Teddy Royal's got a hamstring, so who knows when he's going to be back.
Right.
Marquise Wilson, he's got a leg injury, but he's unproven, so you really can't rely on him. And we got right now our starting wide receiver is Josh Bellamy. I mean, nobody knows who he is.
Solid.
It's kind of up in the air. Who knows?
Well, and that it gives those younger kids something tonight to shoot for. They're going to get a majority of the playing time, obviously.
Correct, and this being the third preseason game, they're gonna play all the way into probably the later end of the third quarter. So
right.
we're gonna have to see what happens as far as the depth of the wide receiver. So
right now, do you think that puts a little more pressure on Cutler tonight, because obviously he doesn't have those repetitions with these wide receivers, or that that bond? Do you think it's going to put a little more pressure on him?
Well, and that's the thing about Jay Cutler, is if he doesn't have that kind of vibe, that bond with you, he never seems to connect with you, and it's always the wide receiver's fault. So it's really kind of, since Jay hasn't had the reps with these wide receivers, it's going to be hard telling if they're going to have that vibe or that connection.
Right.
If those young wide receivers run the wrong route or Jay misses a read, it's definitely going to be those young guys' fault.
It's hard on a team to lose all the wide receivers.
When you don't have wide receivers, but the Bears came out, when John Fox took over, he says they're going to be a running team. So
most definitely.
Maybe you don't need those top tier wide receivers. Obviously, you want them because you want to spread the field. So they're not putting 8 or 9 in the box, but they're going to come out running and they're going to smash it down your throat. And maybe these younger receivers have a better chance getting open.
Yeah, that's the one thing about veteran wide receivers, though. They know how to downfield block. These young guys won't be able to hold the blocks as long. So if you don't have a wide receiver coming over checking a linebacker or holding a safety off, you're not going to get the distances, the long distance runs that you'd like to see with a mainly running team. So if these kids could hold on to blocks a little bit longer and Matt Forte do work, then it shouldn't be that big of a problem. But like you said, you got to stretch the field. We still have Martellus Bennett out there, and he could stretch the field for you right down the middle. But as far as wide receivers are concerned, man, we really need some of our veterans, or maybe even Kevin White, to come back as soon as we can get them.
Let's flip on the other side of the ball there, D-Fade, and let's talk a little bit about their defense. Obviously, they're switching from a 4-3 to the 3-4, which that's going to move Jared Allen out to an outside linebacker. Were you able to see anything at practice where maybe he's kind of thriving at that position, or I would think he'd have a year or two left.
Yeah, well, the one player I actually did see that kind of thrive in practice was Shane McClellan playing inside, which was surprising because we've kind of ripped Shane McClellan off just because he's really not been proven at all. So, but Shane McClellan's he's the one calling the plays usually during practice, inside the huddle and all that. So when And another thing about that 3-4 is we play a lot of nickel too. Mm-hmm. So when the nickel's hit, it's pretty much that same 2 safety deep cover too. So it's really practically the same defense as we've always ran before. A little bit different schemes with Jared Allen as a linebacker, but usually he'll scoot up to the line to put his hand down on a nickel.
I was going to say, he's going to be putting his hand down the dirt quite a bit, I believe. It's just by the way it looks and everything. Yeah. So
he is. He's definitely putting in work at linebacker, though. I've seen he went out on coverage on our young rookie running back. I'm forgetting his name. Langford, what's his name? What's that rookie running back we drafted this year?
Langford, yeah.
Yeah, Langford. And he almost got an interception, got his hands out there, and I was surprised to see Jared Allen going 15 yards down the field and almost getting a pick. It was different to see, that's for sure.
Well, that's something we saw a little bit last year at Green Bay when they moved Peppers out, when they, because he went from a 4-3 to a 3-4, and I thought he played. Really he was a beast. Now, Peppers and Allen are about the same age, I think. Maybe moving Allen to a different position, maybe that'd give him a little bit of spark. But
I think I'll free him up also to play both sides a little bit more.
Well, that's the thing too, to get him to the outside and have him rush by standing up. He's got more angles to take that tackle at, and that's one thing he said in one of the post practice conferences is that he said that being able to stand up and roam a little bit, that he can take different angles at the tackle.
Right.
And so with that being, and he slimmed down a little bit. I think he said he lost 15 to 20 pounds, and he's a little bit faster, so he could get up underneath those tackles and kind of push them around with the different angles. So it's going to be interesting. We also picked up a couple key DBs. I like Antrell Roll.
Yeah.
He slid right into the starting safety spot. He's got that veteran presence, and one of the things he said is that he's going to bring the dog to our defense, which is something that we haven't really had a leader since Urlacher, and Briggs has just kind of written himself off. Peanut was there last year, but he was injured. It's so hard to be a leader when you're on the sidelines, not out there in the battle with the rest of the guys. So with Antrell Roll at safety, I feel like that's going to give us a little bit of more veteran presence and more attitude towards our defense. We also picked up Tracy Porter in the nickel, and he's done pretty good in the nickel. Tim Jennings and Kyle Fuller are definitely the starters, but I don't know, Timmy's not looking as well as he has in the last few years. So
what are your predictions this year? What would you be satisfied as far as record? What do you think they're going to finish in the division?
You know what? I think the division isn't. I think the Vikings are looking good this year. They have AP back, Teddy Bridgewater in his second year. Their defense is always good. The Lions, that offense is unstoppable sometimes. So it's really, I don't think. Man, it's hard to. Me being a Bears fan, I'm definitely a little biased, but I don't think it's the Bears' year this year to get the division. There's too many tough teams in our division to even. We'd have to pull some pretty good games out of our butt. The Bears got to play the Packers the first game of the season, and I feel
Jordy Nelson is not on the field with the Packers. Is that going to make a difference?
Yeah. Jordy Nelson is on the field, but they have that rookie that kind of really came Adams that came out real last year.
You got Cobb.
And then they got Cobb. So I really don't think they're going to miss a beat as far as wide receivers are concerned. Aaron Rodgers could find anybody, especially on a defense that's young. We don't know what we're quite doing yet. This will be our first real game action, so it's kind of hard. I think Aaron Rodgers will tear us apart week one, and that'll probably set the pace for the rest of the season. So,
hey, Dwayne, we got to take a break, buddy. But real quick, wanted to ask you about, you guys are you moving your shop?
Yes, we're moving the shop. 509. We're at 509 Woodlawn Road right now. We are moving to 501 Broadway. It's on the corner, right across from the train station. We're moving today, and we'll be open on Tuesday.
All right. Congratulations, man.
All right, hey, well, thanks for calling in, and got a long season. We love to hear from you, further down the road, and give us your thoughts on your Chicago Bears.
I will, definitely. I'll definitely give a call in.
All right, thanks, buddy. We need to take a break. We got some sponsors we need to take care of. We come back, we're going to talk some NCAA football. Rankings are out. Illinois, a little shake-up in their football team the other day. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3.
Would you like to ride in my
hell?
Would you like to ride in my big, beautiful
I want to smack Jim upside the face with the speaker right now.
Why? This is like,
okay.
We're at a balloon fest. And yes, I would like to take a ride in a big, beautiful balloon.
Would you?
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
Darth Vader.
You ever been up one of those?
No.
No? Would you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Hey, welcome back
Depends
to the
content.
Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM. We are at the airport for the 2015 Rain Fest. Balloon Fest.
Balloon Fest.
Balloon Fest. Boy, it's very disappointing. You know, we've had nice weather for years, or for weeks, not years, and comes to the Balloon Fest and just brings the rain.
They're making it rain. Yeah.
Just it's very disappointing.
You seem disappointed.
I am. Well, I wanted to see some balloons, you know.
No worries.
No
I'm
worries.
telling you, it'll be
Hey,
fine.
let's talk some football. We got Coach Seth Bass, your Lincoln High School football coach. He's going to call in about
Sounds like it.
10, 15 minutes. We're going to see how last night went, pros, cons. So we'll get his sports knowledge of the game here in a little bit. But talking NCAA football, they're getting ready to kick off here in a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
The University of Illinois, they fired their football coach,
What?
Tim Beckman. They fired him.
They fired.
You're fired.
Tim Beckman.
Get him out. And I
And
guess
the crowd here at the Cheap Seats is applauding
it's
for.
applauding.
Yep.
Now they didn't fire him because of his coaching on the field. They fired him because I guess not animal cruelty, but player cruelty.
Yeah. We're talking football, right?
We are talking football.
Okay.
I don't know all the specifics. I just know that he mistreated some players. They didn't like it. They went to an upper management.
There's players that left.
Players that did leave, yes.
I mean, just
So that's
said I'm done.
Yeah. It's got to be hard on a program when you got
Hard on a
kids just
program.
leaving.
I mean, and they're good kids.
And they're good
Good
kids.
kids are just leaving the
Just
program.
mistreated and fed up, left the program. And right now, Illinois football is just in shambles.
Do you think that's what it is? Well, to be honest, there's a lot of stuff going on there in Illinois that's not good right now.
Yeah.
Chancellor issues and everything else. I mean, it's not good from top to bottom. They had their athletic director doing the I don't know, the big communication deal with the media yesterday, and I don't know why they would have had him doing it, because I feel like his job should also be on the line, and to be honest, he should have also been fired at the same time. How do you not know? I mean, I'm just going over this with you. How do you not know it's to that extent if you're the athletic director? And if you do know, how would the chancellor of a school be willing to let you conduct that interview?
Yeah, apparently it happens a lot, because when you got stuff going down, for instance, Penn State, other programs, not even football.
Penn State wouldn't let their athletic director anywhere near that.
Well, athletic director seems just kind of live in a closet, don't know anything, where you think they'd be hands-on, where
we're talking about a major college university.
Exactly.
I mean, the Big Ten is one of the elite conferences in the United States. I mean, there's no way they don't know. Football is one of their big cash cows, probably more so than basketball or anything else. There's no way an athletic director doesn't know what's going on a day-in, day-out basis from any major program, from any major school, especially in a conference like this. There's no way the athletic director didn't know what was going on. He's getting. This is my thinking. He's getting fired partially because there was kids walking off the field and whatnot. Kids were walking off the field, not exactly. I believe not exactly because they were mistreated. They were unhappy because they weren't getting what they wanted, and that was to win. And they saw that. they did what they thought was right, walking off the field or whatever, walking off on the team. That's what they felt was right, whatever. He should have been fired probably last year or the year before. They didn't get it done, so I think they're pulling the trigger on it now. Right before the season, timing's weird.
Yeah,
I think this is just one of those things. This is convenient. They had another kid leave the team. You know what? They have to be unhappy. This is what we're going to do. Let's leak this to the press. They can report it. Then we're going to fire him.
And, well, where do they go now? Obviously, one of your coordinators are going to have to step up and be the head coach.
Well, Coach Seth Bass is our Lincoln head football coach. I figured they'd want to go after him.
Well, he's not available right now. He's already got a position. But that gives them a year to look for another coach. Well, is that good or bad?
I guess you could put an interim tag on somebody. And
you're going to have to put interim.
Defensive coordinator in there. There's still a lot of guys out there looking for jobs that were looking for major program jobs.
But with the timing, though, you can't bring in a new coach
with a new system
and expect him to run the system. This coach isn't going to know the system they're in now, so basically your only option is to appoint an offensive or defensive coordinator or special teams coordinator as your head coach, just to keep not that they're going to be the head coach. You just have to have that title.
The expectations for this team is so low right now, so I don't know. Maybe you could bring a new guy in and let him build it from however he wants. And if they're horrible, we didn't expect anything out of him anyway, and then have him fresh on the recruiting trail, as opposed to bringing in an interim, then have to find a guy to hire, then get him on the recruiting trail. I mean,
well, I think they would probably be better off just waiting out the season to see how.
So you're willing to let another recruiting class basically go by?
Well, it depends who you bring in next year. If you can bring in, you're not going to bring in a top-notch coach. You're not going to bring in obviously like an Urban Meyer type or a Saban. But
and the other thing is, I don't know, man. There's a lot of guys out there I think that could be a good head coach, especially solid recruiting and whatnot, that I think could actually build the program. And I think if there was somebody out there that they could start getting in there now, I mean, heck, they saved $3 million because of the scandal thing that they have going on. They're not paying him. It's $3 million, Beckman.
Right.
So they've got $3 million extra bucks on the books right now that they could say, okay, we'll give you this as your bonus, and then let's go ahead and here's what your salary is going to be if there's a better quality fit for the program. And then you just hit the ground running with a recruiting class. And from the state of Illinois, there's some really good players this year that are still unsigned. So
yeah, that's true. Well, Jake, let's take our final timeout. Wait for Coach Seth Bass to call in, and we'll finish our show up with him. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM.
99 red balloons floating in the summer sky. Panic bells, it's red alert. There's something here from somewhere else. The world
Jim.
springs to life.
Do you set up at night and just think what music I can play? That's good.
Is that Wedding Crashers?
All right.
Hey, Wedding Crashers?
Hey, we got a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, this is Coach Bass.
Hey, Coach. How's it going this morning?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
We're doing all right, besides the weather. You had your first game last night in Southeast. Obviously, the outcome wasn't what you wanted. But what did you take out of that game last night, as far as being the first game in Central State 8, and your first game as head coach?
Well, we got what we wanted to out of it. We wanted to see where we stood against the conference opponents. We wanted to see how far we'd come, and I think we've come further than maybe we showed last night, especially in the first half. I thought last night, first two quarters, we did not handle being under the bright lights very well, and that's kind of part of being a very young team. So our execution fundamentally was not great, but our knowledge of the team and our grasp of what we're trying to do was very good. We were in the right spot a lot of the time. We just didn't follow through. Our footwork was not very good offensively. Defensively, we let our feet die on us a few times, and we missed several tackles as a result of that. So that was disappointing, but those are some things that we can correct, and those are some things that I think again, kind of come back to being a young team. It was one of those deer in the headlights type of moments for a while last night, but I do think we settled down pretty well in the second half, especially defensively. We played much better in the second half, and offensively we moved the ball some. Still not quite to what we would want to, but Southeast is a good football team. They're coming off the 6A playoff appearance, and I honestly think they were much better this year, especially on defense. They did a lot more things. They were much more versatile on defense than they had shown in the past, and that gave us some problems. So I think they're going to be in for a good season.
Well, that being said, it was your first game. Now it kind of gives you something to see on film that you can correct or you can work on. Obviously, practicing the past 2 or 3 weeks, you're practicing against each other where you're not getting that game feel, game speed, so to speak. But now that you've got one game, you can kind of see where areas you need to work on. And what would some of those areas be? I don't know. I mean, obviously, your kids, you said they responded well. They know the game. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of reacting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think our big problem right now, one of the things we talked to a great deal about in film this morning, was just trying to finish plays. Like I said, our feet let us down quite a bit last night. Either stopping on offense, not running through our blocks, or not finishing our blocks, or stopping the hole when we were ready to tackle. We were diving at several ball carriers rather than trying to run through. We were breaking down. We thought on film we were just breaking down a little bit too early and a little bit too far from the ball carrier. So we can apply that knowledge and we can see that, and we can go forward and hopefully get those things corrected.
So you got your first home game coming up this Friday. What do you tell your kids? I mean, obviously it is the first game, but you got to work to that next game. What do you do this week to get them ready for, where they should be a little more amped up for a first game at home?
They should be a little more amped up, and it's, Glenwood's a great football team. I know they're going to have a good season ahead of them. They did very well last night against MacArthur, and they're traditionally, very, very tough. They've been to the playoffs several years in a row. I don't remember how many in a row. So they're going to be a good test for us. And it's another very good defense. I believe last year, Southeast was number 2 in the conference defensively behind SHG. I believe Glenwood was either 3rd or 4th. So it's going to be another strong defensive test for us. Offensively, it's going to be another tough look for our young offensive line. So we're going to really have to focus on the fundamentals with them and focus on their footwork and focus on their technique and help them understand that you have to use your technique in order to get where we want to go. So we'll continue to rep that. We'll continue to really focus on the fundamentals during practice, and eventually we'll start seeing that pay off on Friday night, hopefully this Friday.
Now, is there anything different that you took out of the game last night, being in I don't know your background as far as where you came from, as far as the type of football they play to the Central State 8? Is there some similarities? Thanks, Jim. Couldn't get it out. Some similarities or some differences that you took out of last night's game compared for what you've been accustomed to?
No, not really. Football is football everywhere. We were in a pretty tough conference last year in Missouri. We're the smallest team in that conference, so I'm used to being around teams that are maybe a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit faster than us. We were in the same boat a little bit in Tennessee. With the college background, I know a lot of the Central State A teams run some pretty diverse offenses. And last night, like I said, Southeast was fairly diverse on defense as well. So, that's all stuff that I've seen in the background, and I'm relaying that to the kids, but it's maybe some stuff, especially with us being young, that they haven't seen before. So we're trying to teach on the fly with some of that, and hopefully in the next year or two, they're used to seeing that as well. But like I said, at the end of the day, football's football. We play on the same size field, and it really wasn't dramatically different.
All right, Coach. Well, hopefully you'll have a good week of practice. Get them ready for the Glenwood Titans coming into Hanlon Field next Friday. Should be exciting. Get some home field cooking and get these kids ready, and we'll be out there next Friday to root you on.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. Have a good day, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
Okay.
All right. That's Coach Seth Bass, your Lincoln Rail Splitter football head coach. And, that's something, being your first game, You don't have anything to, when you're practicing, you don't have anything to judge what your kids are doing until you get that first game against another team.
Yep.
Where you don't know what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. And
well, you don't know how your kids are actually going to perform against, like you said, game challenge.
You can practice for 2 or 3 weeks, but it's not game speed.
Yep. Or game emotions and everything else. You're lining up across from your buddy.
Yep.
You're going to play a little different than when a guy's lined up across from you that wants to smash your nose in.
You just spent a whole day in classes, and now you're practicing after school, and it takes a special kid to get ready, get yourself ready.
They're good kids.
They're good kids under the lights. So, he'll have them ready, and like you said, it's a young team, and some of these kids have never experienced this before. They don't know how to prepare themselves during the day. They don't know how to, control your emotions or stuff like that on the field. So, being a young team, pretty raw right now. I know they've got some junior, senior leadership out there, and they got also a lot of sophomores playing. So, it's going to take some time. You want to come out and win your first game, but it is what it is, and we just keep plugging away, working on until next Friday.
That'll be it'll be good for the kids to get the home game in.
Yeah.
We got Chatham Glenwood coming up. It doesn't get easier in the Central State 8.
No.
So
Lanphier gave Jacksonville a game last night. Do we know who won that, Lloyd? Did Jacksonville come back and win that against Lanphier?
Survey says
he gives a little
maybe a yes.
I'm sure yes. I was following Twitter last night, and they do a good job of all the area schools, but then towards the end of the game, it kind of just stops.
Yep, gone.
So you don't know what the final was, and and trying to find scores on, they don't update them, online as quickly as we would like, but we'll have to do a better job of keeping track of that for you. Won't we?
Well, we will. I feel like it's my fault.
It's all your fault. But
Joe wasn't here.
Joe's not here, and it's just not the same. There's really nobody here. I don't know what time the festivities kick off. But you know who is here?
Central State rundown.
Do you know who is here?
Me.
We got Big Daddy Jim and
Big
Jeff
Daddy
number
Jim.
2
Yep.
and Lisa the Fix 96 prize girl. They're raring to go. They want to give some prizes away. You just have to show up.
A little rundown for the Central State 8 last night. Sacred Heart Griffin 51, SHS Springfield High 7, Rochester 79, Eisenhower 48.
What was Rochester's score?
79-48.
Wow, that's some scoring there.
That is some score. I don't care what team you're on. That's a fun game right there.
MacArthur? Yeah.
Eisenhower. That was Eisenhower. Jacksonville over Lanphier 46-34. Glenwood puts down MacArthur 49-7.
49-7. MacArthur
and our friends there at
Glenwood
Williamsville
last
beat
year.
Auburn 31-28. That's a big rivalry game.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, I'm here for you.
You got the fastest thumbs in the West. You're a good Googler.
No, that's channel1450.com.
Oh, well.
Our friends. Friends of the program.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. Well, I got
that
about
Lisa?
7 minutes. Yeah. Hi, Lisa.
Get my cafe.
Coffee? Well, I don't know if there's any coffee left.
Yeah, Jim drank it all.
Jim drank it all.
And ate all the
He's
eggs.
wired.
Thanks our sponsor, Hampton Inn.
Hampton Inn, they are a sponsor.
Hamptonality.
Hamptonality. Now we're just making stuff up.
Lisa come over and say hi on your show.
Should have Lisa come over and say hi.
Never's here.
She is here, and we're here, and that's about the only people that are here.
I saw a plane take off earlier.
Well,
that's kind of like a balloon.
The balloons were supposed to go up at 6:30 the a.m. I know I'm still whining, but the weather is just not allowing. I think there would be people out here, obviously, if the balloons did go up.
Well, there is people here.
Good morning, Lisa. How are we doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Fair.
Fair. It's
Jake's-
so nice out this morning.
Oh, it's a beautiful
It's
day.
a beautiful cloudy day. What kind of prizes are you going to be hanging out today?
We've got lots of fabulous things. We've got stuffed Dorita pizzas. We've got Logan Lane's
bowling passes. We've got overnight stays at the Hampton Inn, jacuzzi suites. Hey, you gotta love that, right?
Absolutely. Jacuzzi suites.
Yes. So you guys gonna go up in a hot air balloon?
Well, I don't think anybody's going up.
Yeah, it's a little windy today. I don't know.
You're gonna
we might end up
you want to see how fast they went?
We got one over here. We could probably hook that thing up and go.
That would be a fun
you
ride.
saw how fast we put up a tent. Let's put one of them.
Oh, we will be in Chicago in about 20 minutes. Is the wind blowing that way? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we're going to get shot down.
Away. Yeah, but it looks pretty fun. I mean, there's lots of rides out here, some concessions, and
now, how late are you guys out here today? Because the big dogs will be taking over here in about 5 minutes. So you guys are here from 10 to 12?
10 to 12.
And what do the people need to do if they want to get one of these prizes? Just come over and say hello?
Come over to our booth and say hi and talk to us. And
say the cheap seats sent us. And
say the cheap seats sent us, and they'll get a prize.
A prize.
Can't beat it.
You can't.
It's a surprise prize.
It's a surprise prize.
The color is...
Hey, and there's a beer tent, right?
Green.
Yeah, but it's not open yet. I thought it would be.
Yeah.
What time's the beer tent open today?
11?
Or for you now.
11 o'clock.
open
Hey,
now.
start your day out right. Come out for a beer.
Come out for a cold beverage.
And we are located in the VIP tent.
Yes.
Because we're VIPs.
We are
That's
VIP.
me.
So come on to VIP, get you a prize, and get you a surprise.
Get you up.
We will be off next week. I know it's disappointing to our listeners.
What?
What? Where are you
Are
gonna
you serious?
be?
It's Labor Day weekend.
I had this big plan.
I
for
did
next
too.
week's
I had
show.
actual guests coming in.
Yeah.
Jim's like, right, liar. But
I had Andrew. What's his name?
McCutcheon,
Iguodala, the basketball player.
Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, you couldn't even say his name. I'm pretty sure he's not
My
coming
people
in.
were talking to his people.
Oh, yeah. So we'll be enjoying Labor Day off with family and friends. But join us Saturday, September 12th at Jake's Furnishings.
Yeah.
At your place. We're giving away some stuff there.
All right, what do you want to give away?
A whole living room set.
We'll work on that.
I'll take it.
Efforting.
I need a new day bed.
She needs a new. Now, what's a day bed?
A day bed, it kind of looks like a couch, but you can use it as a bed. There's a trundle thing underneath that you can pull out. So if you want to have people over, you pop it up and it turns into like a regular bed. And I bought some bunk beds from Jake's Furnishings, which I love, but I think, don't you guys do exchanges or something along those
We'll do a
lines?
trade. We can work out a training program. There's things that can be worked out here. We have,
Jake will work with them.
No, we love our bunk beds, but we do need a day bed.
day
as well.
bed.
So we will
with
be
a
over.
pop-up trundle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like I think she confused you.
No.
No, you look kind of
That's
confused.
negative. I know exactly what she's talking about. I did have that confused look on my face for a reason, but hey, how many rooms do you have in this house that we need to furnish?
A lot.
Atta girl. That's
Yes.
what we like to hear.
Yes.
And I need a new living room set.
Well, you can come
Coffee
next
table.
September 19th. We'll be there. No, that's false. September 12th, we'll be there. So come in. You can get your day bed.
That's what it takes.
And then September 19th, we'll be Latham Park in Lincoln for the annual Humane Society of Logan County Wolfstock.
Yes.
Yeah, bring your
Where I
furry
am a prime
babies.
sponsor.
Fundraiser, followed by Big Daddy Jim from the Lincoln Country Morning Show Drive, and Jeff number 2 from the Classic Rock Experience, and Lisa. She'll be back September 19th. And you said you're a sponsor?
I am a prime
What does
sponsor.
Wolfstock consist of? You have to have a dog? Can I bring my kid?
No, actually, it's very kid friendly. Actually, they have games and whatnot. I think they're gonna have some inflatables and this and that. Last year they had a push-up contest, and there was a pretty nice prize given away to the winner of that.
My daughter won that actually.
That's
2 years
exactly
ago.
what I thought it was.
She beat a boy, and he was just devastated.
Nice.
And what she won? A bike?
Bunk beds.
No, this was 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so she got a big bag full of things. So last year they probably beefed up the prize a little bit.
Yeah, they beefed it up last
Now
year.
that Jake's involved.
Yeah, but she will be back, and she has got some serious guns, and she will probably win again.
Wow.
Good.
She's been practicing.
Wow, throwing down the gauntlet for all them children out there.
Yep, so watch out, boys. Livy's gonna.
There'll be live music. Now, this is at Latham Park.
Yes.
And for those of us that don't know, where's Latham Park?
You don't know?
Downtown.
Yeah, across from the library.
Okay. I didn't know it was called Latham Park.
There's going to be entertainment. I think there'll be a few bands.
Some live music.
There's going to be a rapper, Mario Cannon, I think, is going to be there, and he's pretty cool.
Some local talent there.
Some local talent. They've got a Kiss the Dog booth, so they'll have some cute pooches you can smooch.
Pooches that you can smooch. Kiss the Dog booth. Jeff number 2 will be there.
And we're live.
We are live. For more information on Wolfstock, you can call 217-671-8383, and whoever answers the phone will tell you all about it. Tell you want some information on Wolfstock. So save the date. That's going to do it for us, Jake. There comes our music on cue. Be sure to check us out on LCTV, Channel 5 in Lincoln and Mount Pulaski for all of our coverages for the Cheap Seats show. And as always, thank the Lincoln Hampton Inn for the coffee and a box full of goodies.
The coffee that you guys drank before I got here.
That's all Jim.
Sorry, it's getting chilly out here. So that's going to do it for us. Stay tuned. Big Daddy Jim, Jeff number 2, and Lisa, the Fix 96 prize girl, will be taking over. So it'll be a lot more interesting show. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Jake's.
Good day.